Hey, Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. Good to see you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'd like to have you join us as often as possible. We are here all during the week. And hit me your comments. Let me know what you'd like to hear a little more of, see a little less of, whatever. I'm here for you. Okay. Today, let me tell you how we're going to start. We're going to start with a tweet by Robert Reich, who used to be the Secretary of Labor. Very gifted man. He says, to recap, Clarence Thomas received gifts from wealthy benefactors, including 38 vacations, 34 flights by private jet or helicopter, a dozen VIP passes to sporting events. Thomas is out of the news because of Trump's indictments, but don't lose sight of this seeming corruption, or as I call it, this steaming corruption, as in steaming pile of, you're getting the point. Robert Reich, thank you for starting today's conversation about Clarence Thomas. And here we are in our Paisley Palace. Clarence Thomas himself, I have done a couple of episodes on him. One had the first one having to do with not disclosing all of these trips. The second one with affirmative action. But he is now asking for a 90-day extension along with Samuel Alito. Both of them have been busted for taking these trips, accepting things from mega donors, not disclosing them, folks with business before the Supreme Court they are palling around with. So he's now speaking out. He has revealed that he took 3 trips in 2022, Clarence Thomas did, on Republican mega donor Harlan Crow's private plane. He's finally talking about that, but he claims that he had to do it because of the threats that were coming at him once the Roe versus Wade decision was overturned. This is just tacky and nasty. And quite frankly, the United States Supreme Court, I have no faith in them. I haven't since what happened between George Bush and Al Gore. It is not apolitical, it is very political. And as someone who is a proud graduate of the University of Virginia School of Law, I'm just repulsed and disgusted by this court. And the Chief Justice, John Roberts, is not impressing me at all. So check this out. The 9 justices of the Supreme Court are the only federal judges that are not bound by the Code of Conduct. Let me repeat that. Of all the federal judges who get to sit there for life, the 9 on the Supreme Court don't have to abide by a code of conduct. What in the hell are you talking about? What in the hell are you talking about? And then we want to be surprised that they don't want, no, Chief Justice Roberts is trying to talk to them about putting something in place, a code of conduct. Not really listening to that. The Democrats in Congress want the Supreme Court to adopt a formal ethics code and then a binding way to enforce it. And, Chief Justice Roberts has been recalcitrant with the Congress, basically letting them know, step out of our business. So, this is a major problem because with Donald Trump being caught up in so much crap, okay, one of the things we have to look at, and we talked about it before, is the 14th Amendment. And if what Trump did January 6th involved being an insurrectionist, he cannot seek office. That's based on the 14th Amendment. But we're going to have to potentially rely on the 9 people who sit on this court, with some of them being as shady as Clarence Thomas. We have to rely on them to interpret the law in the correct way, because we've seen them hand things, okay, to those who believe in what they are doing. Roe versus Wade, okay? So we've seen how they operate. So I don't necessarily have any faith that if this comes before the Supreme Court, Donald Trump wanting to run for president in 2024, but being accused of being an insurrectionist, I don't know how that's going to play out, but I don't have any confidence or any faith in the Supreme Court. And that is just, quite frankly, very, very sad. So let me move on. I don't also know why. Okay, let's bring up some more pictures. I also don't know why his wife, Virginia Ginni Thomas, has not been caught up, because in 2022, she went before Benny Thompson's committee, January 6th committee, and she testified, yeah, no, the election was stolen. In addition to that, we have her sending texts to Donald Trump's chief of staff at the time, Mark Meadows, talking about telling the chief of staff to encourage then President Trump to not concede the election to our president, President Biden. Okay? So, how come she hadn't been brought up and caught up? Because she loves to continue, okay, to pull this string with this lie. She continues to do it, okay? She continues to get money from conservative folks who are like, no, we don't want to list it as Ginni because we don't want people to dislike her. Ratchety. Where she's getting her money, how she's getting her money, how it's attached to her husband, his job on the Supreme Court, cases that come before the Supreme Court. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I have to tell you, this is just foul. I don't know what to say. And here's the two of them, just dirty dog number one and number two. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't have any faith in the United States Supreme Court. That's a damn shame. I've got faith in the American people. Come on, folks. Is this okay with you? Come on, American people. I've got faith in you. Is this okay with you? We should be demanding that this man get off the Supreme Court. These people need to be investigated. He needs to be investigated. His wife needs to be investigated, and anyone else on the United States Supreme Court. The court is unimpressive. It's unimpressive because we allow people like him to stay there and to lie about what he's doing, to lie about all the gifts, all the largesse that he has inured. Liar, liar, pants on fire.